Welcome to Quickfire Politics with the Handover podcast, where we talk about some current news and politics. Hopefully, have a bit of an argument, and then hopefully, it doesn't end in a fist fight.
I like that.
I'll be the ref.
There's a lot of protests happening all around the world, especially like the Free Palestinian protest.
Is this protest usually organized by the masses, or is there a few interest group behind the protest?
It was labeled as a city of protest because there is a protest going on every single day. From anti-migration to anti-racist to
The counter protest to the racists.
yeah. So from a perspective of view, I think these protests have someone behind them.
The Palestinian ones, particularly the ones that happen every Sunday, because I work in a building doing security supervising, we have to deal with it every Sunday. They have their own website where they organise all of their protests. They do have a donation part that they put towards Gaza. When they do set up for their protests before they walk, they will like have a table having like Palestinian shirts and all this. They'll print out of their own back pocket to go send over as relief help donations. Then you've got some that aren't really funded, but it's just people wanting to hear their voice or just wanting to cause a bit of a ruck. But under the funding in a political game, it wouldn't happen until we have to actually vote for someone. Once the voting season comes up, then you'll see people that will like vote that Labor's done wrong and all this. That's organised to try to get votes. But particularly if anti-immigration ones and all this, they're not. They're just there either to actually push the message to free Palestine, or they like that media is always going to be there and they get to be on TV type situation. That's my opinion. And,
But do you think there is a shady cabal of people that are actually here or are supplying money to pay people to protest?
If you look at the migration or whatever protests happened in the 2023, there were a lot of changes happening to migration systems in terms of how they allow people coming in. It happened just quickly.
if it affects our economy, that's when the protest does something. Anti-migration and all this, the reason why it's so quick to happen and get it all fixed up is because of the fact we're a massive country and we have barely fuck all people here. We can still fit in so much more people for the land that we have, and it also brings new money, new food, all this towards us. Same thing with CMFEU when the union were doing the protest because of the whole lockdown thing. The reason why that ended up finishing quick is because all the workers refused to work. All right, that's going to affect our economy. That's why these ones,
And that's why they got disbanded.
that's why particularly those ones will get solved way quicker. The Gaza issue, since Australia wants to stay kind of out of it because they don't want to piss off any allies or anything, they're just letting them have their free speech and that. But we're not going to go out of our way to send over troops and all this fucking shit. That's a sad reality. Unless it affects Australia's economy, protests, they won't be solved quickly. They won't.
And I can. This is just my opinion. I'm not an expert, but I think it is just people that are offended by the idea of genocide that are out here every week dedicating their time to something that they feel is unconscionable.
Trump is going to save Nigeria from the Christians in Nigeria from the Islamists. He's saying he's going to send they're killing Christians in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
he's trash, or do you think it's...
I think he's trash. I think what he's doing is using Christian nationalism to support his agenda of getting Ibrahim out, Traore out. Like, if African countries get a hold of their get a hold of their resources and are able to use them and able to sell them at the same price that the Western countries have for the last couple hundred years, then there's nothing stopping Africa from being the world power on their own backs that they should have been a long time ago.
Trump, what a guy. Of course he wants to do this. He's going to buy it like Greenland. I have no opinions on him whatsoever. And the reason why is because every Croatian grandma at a certain age looks like Donald Trump. So that's why I don't pay much attention to him whatsoever, man.
More facial hair.
Not a lot of attention.
I mean, I don't want to be the one criticizing the US president, but like Trump is not. I really don't give a fuck about what's happening in America. I'm more focused on what's happening in my country. Like, I wish my people could see Trump doesn't give a fuck about Nigerians. It's multi-layered. Like, the first thing is, that's trash. I think America needs more help, needs more Trump help than Nigerians need it. There's too much things happening in America. There's a lot of mass shooting. They need that help. There's conflict between Christians and Muslims in the northern part of Nigeria, but what I think they want to do is send American troops there because of the resources they just discovered in that part of the country.
As long as there's golden oil, baby.
Yeah, so they're going to take it. They will take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on one part they want to use that as a means to destabilize Ibrahim Traore, which I think it's going to be very hard for them because Russia is supporting that guy so damn much. I think my people deserve it.
They deserve Trump.
They deserve Trump. Yeah, yeah, it's painful. But you can't educate some of my people. They're too smart that you can't educate them. What's your take about like a lot of people in the West thinking immigration is a problem? Why the cost of living is increasing and all that? Like,
I think it's millionaires. It's millionaires and billionaires who are hoarding wealth to such an extreme level that there is nothing left for working people. And because they have so much wealth and power, they are buying the media. They spend their money on the media. They spend their money on influencing people and influencing opinion. And we have such a closed off media system in this country, especially, that, you know, majority of the news is still being seen at on the main channels, which is not right because it's owned by billionaires, and so the billionaires are pointing to immigrants, saying this person who just got off, who just arrived in the country, is taking what you own, what you should have.
My opinion on it is just
is the problem. Why the cost of living is increasing and all that. Like,
I think it's millionaires. It's millionaires and billionaires who are hoarding wealth to such an extreme level that there is nothing left for working people.
The more areas get built, the more suburbs get built, the more cities get built, the more jobs come through. If you don't have more people coming in, you're not going to have more to fucking go with. There's no fucking housing crisis. It's just people not willing to rent their place. And they will talk about, it's a struggle to find the place. It's a struggle to find the place in Melbourne. Have you tried going to a rural town? Why not go to a rural town like a Ballarat or a fucking Ararat?
Yeah.
Roll your kids over there. Build it up from there. If you can't find something around here, you're just going to have to go find something else.
Yeah.
But that's not a great idea. Like that doesn't work either, does it? Like, because the rents there are almost as expensive as they are here, it's almost as
But you know
inaffordable.
what? At least they've
And
got rentals there. You
yeah,
know?
but, but you're talking about like having people move away from their communities, sometimes hours away from their communities, just to be able to afford rent. So you're supposed to have a support network, right?
Of course,
Especially
yeah.
when you're raising a family, and like if you're away from, imagine being a new parent and then having to move away to be able to give the kid that you like the life that you want to give them,
Yeah.
but you're also having to sacrifice, you know, the job that you have. You might need to get a different job.
Of
You
course.
might you don't have that connection to community. You have to reestablish yourself in a new community, which is all very difficult things.
Of course.
And sometimes it's if you need that help, especially for like single parents who need, you know, the grandparents or the aunts and the uncles or even just friends.
Yeah. Definitely the family aspect is going to be a bit of a struggle. But I'm a weird devil's advocate in telling people that they need to hit rock bottom to find out what they need and not what they want. What you want is going to be completely different to what you need. As much as it's going to be fantastic to have family close by, but if you've got a guaranteed roof over the head of you and your child, and that might be a couple of hours away.
But we are one of the richest countries in the world. Why do we need our citizens to be in such a desperate situation?
The issue of immigration.
Well, Australia is a special case, though. I really don't know what happened in Australia. I don't think it has anything to do with, a lot to do with immigrants. I think Australia was artificially manipulated.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
So how you-
America? I don't even believe. I can speak of America. I can speak for Nigeria. I can use Nigeria as an example. Nigeria was already collapsing. That's a different ballgame. Before I came here, I left because it was collapsing. I came to Australia when you could literally fill up your toilet with $50. And the question is, what happened? The farmers are saying the price is still the same. So who's manipulating the price? Someone is doing it.
Yeah.
The houses. I've been living in this house since 2018, 19. So why is someone and some of these people have paid off some of them have paid off their mortgage. But it's like, oh, it's rent is increasing. I'll increase mine.
I feel as if there's easy fixes towards it, but the parties that can fix it don't get along and don't want to. Because we thrive on fucking chaos and something to talk about. And we're not going to fix it if it gives us all of this news.
I think that's so nihilistic, Drago. Like that is a very nihilistic thing that people are bad. Like that is what.
But it's true,
it
though.
seems that your argument. I don't necessarily disagree that there's a lot of bad people. If we properly tax the tech companies, if we properly tax the resource mining, the gas and the coal mining, and all that stuff like we pay a higher percentage in tax than these companies that make billions out of our natural resources. We could be like Norway, and we could be like other countries like that who tax the sale of their resources
yeah.
at a higher rate, and their people are the happiest on earth.
Do you think a three-party system would be better than a two-party system? Two parties versus three-party. Do you think? For me, I personally feel like three parties would actually make things worse.
What we need to do is we need to move the Overton window, like move this idea. We need to drag the party that claims to be left, instead of being centrist right. And we need to drag them back by voting with the actual candidates that have left-leaning policies.
Yeah, I think the parts of the world that has seen the most advancement and development usually build it on like a one-party system or two-party system. There's never been a multi-party state that worked.